And welcome back to another video.
Yeah, this one gives me anxiety.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
I could speak from experience that when I played this avatar against you, you seem to sweat a little bit more.
Sweat,
You're like sweats. Just.
I wonder why I invited you over. I wonder how fast I can get rid of you.
Yeah.
Yep. So all that to say, we're going to watch a Realm Eater today.
Yeah. I guess we're revisiting some older avatars. I think it's going against Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Yeah.
Yes,
actually, this is another JS on camera. So nice to see him actually playing. He's usually always making sure everything is going good with the camera and stuff, and not playing as much. So very happy to see him get a chance to
definitely indeed
to swing a few things left and right. So
we also have our registration for our tournament. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about it through the video. But let's take a look at this is Annie's list, her Realm Eater.
Yes.
She likes to I guess eat the realm because it's a really scary deck. She plays it a lot. She likes to torment people with it, and
indeed.
Yeah, so I mean, it by itself already deals with the munching and crunching of sites. It's good to note that it's immobile, which means if it's on a site that it previously ate and it needs to digest in order to move, it can still attack that site.
Yeah,
it just can't move to attack. So if you can get some lucky world where you break the first site that your opponent plays through effects, which is possible, like teleport, and they're forced to keep playing on their first site and never get a blocker, you can continuously destroy that site every turn. So
that's pretty disgusting, honestly. And I've noticed that like Realm Eater deck builds are pretty similar.
Yeah, you gotta get
pretty
in.
Similar. I mean, like the card pool, I think you could use is pretty limited, but I mean, I sum it up into 2 words: Hulk smash.
Yeah, Hulk smash. Yeah.
You just want to go in quickly, and you don't want to let your opponent build up any kind of board presence at all.
Have very efficient removal spells that help you get things out of the way, so you can keep attacking. So it's pretty rough. The only problem is that you kind of have to go first. Going second already gives your opponent a chance to have one more site in play that they can stay ahead of you when you attack.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you whiff on your movement spells, Find Courser, Warhorse, Blink, I'm not sure if I'm missing maybe Grapple Shot, no Grapple Shot, but if you miss these cards, your guy might actually just be stuck there for a turn or two while he digests and tries to play another site or something, and then it gives your opponent a chance to build. And once your opponent can get to that 4th site, like 3rd to 4th site consistent, it starts to look pretty grim for the Realm Eater. So it's not like a perfect deck, but it definitely, when it gets its balls rolling, it's terrifying.
That's why in my version, like, I know she has Castles Ablaze, Hamlet. I cut those, I put teleport, because then it allows you just to go to another site, destroy.
Oh, yeah, just fly.
Just fly across versus depending on an aura.
Yeah.
Because it still allows the opponent a turn to destroy the aura.
This, I guess, is just to be full theme of everything I draw, if it doesn't move. So, like, maybe her response, her answer to what if I don't draw my movement spells is I'll just take that turn to digest and then destroy with some other spell, perhaps. Maybe that's what she was going for, which is nice. It's cool to see Scavenging Fiend. It can bring back the mix that you use to cast your Hero of the Blaze. It can bring back your toolboxes, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, your Key to the City, which is pretty important for an avatar that wants to run around the board. So,
yeah, most definitely.
So we'll see if she can terrorize JS, just like this avatar terrorizes my dreams. And
definitely.
So more fire. This is his Peasant Road deck.
So 2 aggro decks against each other. Aggro style. I mean, the aggro list looks pretty similar. I mean, you got a lot of the war horses, the red caps,
Barghest, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
This. So this is just a mono fire aggro deck.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the curve is pretty low. There's nothing more than 5.
Yeah,
and
just
Peasant Revolt.
And that's, I guess, to go on the theme.
Yeah.
How many? Let's see. Let's count how many unique sites we're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is probably okay for Peasant Revolt. Again, you're not gonna see this that often, and I'm sure it's gonna wreck your opponent more than you when it works, right? So interesting. Searing Truth in the main.
Yeah, Searing Truth in the main. I've been really liking a lot lately. Gift of the Serpent.
Sure.
With the Dragonets, you could just like ping, deals lethal, draw card. And at first I was kind of like, okay, I think this card might be good, but then after like starting to play it with my Monofire Pathfinder deck, it's been
pretty good.
Yeah,
so
I've been liking it.
It's interesting that you mentioned Pathfinder, because the other thing that the Sorcerer has for it that Pathfinder have is the built-in card advantage, which means that if the game goes a little bit longer, you can afford to play more sites, because of all the cards that you can draw from the Sorcerer can keep you in the game longer. So you can shift to also being able to play a few more sites, whereas also Pathfinder, you naturally only play sites, and you gain your card advantage that way. So what happens is you actually have the ability to play the Colicky or the Kobold and the Gift in the same turn, because going to 5 sites is not unheard of.
For sure.
Like you can afford to take a turn off of drawing after you've spent the last 3 cards, the turns drawing, right? So like, whereas again, just saying the witch, right? Like I'm staying so low on mana that like as good as Gift of the Serpent is, it can be rough to pair it with a Colicky because it requires that 5 mana right away. And most of the time, these minions they tend to like die after the turn you play them. Like it's not often that they get a chance to actually survive and then ping and then survive again. You know, so I like to see it here. I like to see it in Pathfinder. Just be careful you don't put it in every deck, because it does kind of require some kind of immediate usage or hope that your minion actually survives, right? These conditional cards can be a little bit tricky.
And he's got 2 Imperial roads, so I think it's the last site Annie wants to see JS draw.
Yeah,
it's like, true. I'll just play 2 sites if
this turn. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Actually, this is a total counter to this can be a counter to. I don't want to say it's 100% a counter, because obviously if you use it at the wrong time, Realm Eater is still drawing sites. They have Blink. If they need sites, they can use Blink to draw a site. So it's not like they're never going to play sites after 3, but yeah, definitely.
I remember in one of our earlier videos on our channel, there was a Pathfinder versus Flamecaller gameplay video, and Annie had played Imperial Road against Pathfinder, and then she ended up destroying.
Just won the game right after.
Just won the game essentially, like right after. So,
all right. Well, let's take
it's funny. Like a lot of these sites you used to see quite a bit before, you don't see as much anymore. You know, Imperial Road, Mirror Realm, stuff like that. You would see a lot. I understand too. There's a lot more sites to choose from now.
Yeah, Gothic gave us some good sites, right?
Yeah,
with the utility sites and the double threshold sites and the.
Yeah, definitely.
Gothic, we got spoiled.
Watery Grave and Smothok and all Core Crematory, all these sites that just do like these.
They just do so much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. JS with the alternate Frazetta Sorcerer. Super nice.
Yes.
Now with my home totally wrapped in Frazetta art, I can I can appreciate the the choice. Okay, so going first for JS, it feels nice. You know, again, nothing's guaranteed ever in this game, but you definitely want to be going first if you're against Realm Eater.
Yeah.
So the whole best of one thing is actually interesting, right? Because you go to a tournament and if you just high roll every time, go first as the Realm Eater, you're so happy.
You're so happy.
But your tournament might just be determined by that dice roll more than any other deck.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of wrapped in art, I think my house is filled with Pompetti, Benson, and Tucker.
Yeah. Nice spread.
Yes.
So I don't like this Warhorse being played in the front row. Just because, I mean, it can still be a blocker on your starting site. And it just dies so easily to so many things that Annie can play on 13. And now, of course, it wouldn't have mattered where you played it because it was exactly Firebolts. But just to say, right?
So Annie taking 1 damage?
Yeah. But also, it's... there is some wisdom out there, whether it be sound wisdom or not, that suggests when you play against the Realm Eater, you should just build in the back row.
Yeah.
Like, force her to... Because had he put on his site on 4 or 2... He can play his Warhorse on one of those 2. It can, again, still protect multiple sites. Can't be killed by projectile, by Vile Imp, by a tower into a Kobold. You know, there's so many things that could have killed it. And then she still has to come in one more turn, and then he can build a 3rd site on 1 or 5. And, you know.
Yeah, so exactly, for sure.
It's like a whole thing.
Speaking of, I was just talking about Mirror Realm. Oops.
But this is actually pretty good for Annie, right? It gives him... copying the Poison Well is nice.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't mention, but in her list, she is playing Poisoned Well and Cursed Land as well, which are very interesting because when you destroy a site, if you can replay your own site there, and that site is a cursed land, and you're in their face. No matter where they play their next one, they're taking 2 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Or similarly, if they did build in the back and you replace their site with your own poisoned well, it's like 3 damage maybe. It's really, really strong. So yeah,
it's disgusting.
Did I already mention this gives me anxiety?
Yeah, I think this is the 4th time.
Oh, Cerberus and Chains is interesting.
Well, I think you were never a fan of land destruction. I remember when we used to play a lot of old school, and I used to have sinkholes. You'd be like, get out of my house.
Yeah, but I mean,
and strip mines and sinkholes, and you'd be like, no.
But it's a very hypocritical relationship, because I'm a stacks and stasis player in Magic. So like I'm absolutely in the camp of not letting you play the game. It's me who wants to do that. I want to be the villain.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Don't villainize against me.
How dare you?
Let me. No.
Okay, so he's got the kobolds. I mean, pretty good.
Kobold
strike for 2.
He killed the warhorse.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that removal. Yeah. Just with Realm Eater.
Yeah. But here we can see right now with the efficient removal, she can just get in with her munchings, which wouldn't have happened, right, if JS had played on the back row.
Yeah.
So something to consider when you face the Realm Eater. Build back.
Well, that's what happened to me when I first played against Realm Eater. First game, I just was like, what's happening? And then I was like, oh, okay. And then since then, every time I face Realm Eater, back row.
Yeah.
But that's why I included cards like Teleport in my deck, because then if you play in the back row, I could just teleport there. And now you're sweating again. Okay. Playing red caps for 3.
Yeah, the other thing about Realm Eater is that even if she is destroying sites but has used her cards and can't deal with the board, she's getting attacked for 3 while she's attacking for 1, right? You do have to have the constant removal for.
I'm wondering why JS played the site there.
Oh yeah, like where she. Oh, that's true, eh?
Why did he play it there? I think would have been.
That was maybe just a bit of like a brain fart, perhaps. Like he could have played the site anywhere. Because he could have put
the site anywhere and just played his red caps on 3 and just came in.
Yeah. He might maybe
3 or 9.
That's
wherever.
true, eh? That's a pretty big oopsies, because it's possible he was just thinking that like there had to be a site there for the red cap to come into, but that might have just been like an accidental.
Yeah.
Like just a brain fart, because the only place that avatar is safe to attack that turn is exactly on square 8. So he basically just fed her the site. Oh well. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he can attack for 3 on 13 now. He can keep the pressure up. The Cerberus can't block because it has to stay with the avatar, right?
Yeah, stay with the avatar, yeah.
So that's another thing too, right? If he has another red cap or another thing that can deal damage, he can play another site here. Yeah. And then attack for 6, and like even if she kills his site, he's attacking for 6, right? Like
yeah. So it's all nice and dandy that she'll get the site, but I mean, it's not sustainable. You have to do something at that point. I mean, you got like what, a 3-turn clock, 2, 3 maybe.
Oh, she just shuffled the Castles Ablaze into the front of her hand because he played the River of Flame. So there was a dead card in her hand.
Okay.
Oh, okay, interesting. I'm not sure I would do that. I don't know if I would do that. I think I would keep putting the pressure on him. She obviously demonstrated she has no answer for the 3/3. But then again, there is that notion in the game where if you have an opportunity to kill minions, you should maybe just take the opportunity to kill minions, because anything can happen.
I mean, he still gets to draw a spell. But now if Hanny plays, it's going to be really, really tough. Yeah, she plays the Castles Ablaze. It's going to be...
she
is it Castles Ablaze or Hamlet she had?
She has Castles.
Castles?
But she could even just play the Fine Courser on her avatar and like move him into another site and like kill a site right away, you know? Like that Hamlet's Ablaze is going to be able to happen no matter what. Oh, we got tempted by the Lamarck in our hand. Or potentially we got tempted to play 2 spells next turn. But yeah, like she could have destroyed...
okay.
She could have Fine Courser, she could have Hamlet's Ablaze, Castles Ablaze, or Fine Courser, or tap to draw. Lots of options, right?
Yeah.
Lots of options. But now giving JS a chance to go into his next turn with 3 sites, I don't know, I can't see his hand, so I don't know how many spells he's got, but if he can afford to draw a 4th site, he'll be in a really good position.
Yeah. Well, if I was playing against a Sorcerer avatar and I'm seeing like just mono fire, I'm gonna assume their curve is pretty low.
Oh, actually, also, sorry, I made a poopsie. She couldn't play the Fine Courser because the Rubble is not her site. So the Fine Courser can't be played there. So she wouldn't have been able to pick up the Avatar anyways.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's true. It's a Rebel, so yeah. But she can move the Sir Lamric, and she opted to pay
4 life with
4 life. Yeah,
flip mana. Yeah, I mean we got the good threshold because the mirror is copying the poison will.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually playing Wind Searing Truth in my version, either for like damage to the opponent or because my curve is so low. So if I could draw like 2 cards for like 3 life.
Yeah, somehow. Actually, here's interesting, right? We were just talking about how JS doesn't want to play a site on 8 because she can just keep attacking it. But now she just drew Poison Well, which is what we were talking about at the beginning, right? She was now that because he won't play on 8 specifically, and when she does, he's going to lose 3 life to that Poison Well.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Well, Realm Eater doing Realm Eater things.
But yeah, it's interesting to think how much things could have been different if the sites were built in the back row and that first Warhorse was never killed by a firebolt,
or if that site wasn't replayed on square 8.
Yeah, that's true. So
a couple of
so some things for JS to review when he watches it. I mean, of course, he has to first agree with what we're saying. Maybe we're missing something. I
All right, Jess, we still love you. We love you.
The mucho.
Okay. So she's carefully planning what's the best approach.
That's it. I mean, JS needs to deal with that Lamorak because it's going to strike him for 4 when it dies.
Yeah.
It's like either take 4 damage now or let it attack over and over again and then still take 4 damage. The game becomes a little bit more complex when you can't hide behind polymorphs and mesmerisms, huh?
Oh, somebody's still salty from the last game, I see.
Anyways.
Keep it classy, man.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. But it's a lot of pressure on JS right now. The Sir Lamric, even the Fine Courser could still attack for 1. So it's still...
every compounded damage matters.
I can't see how many cards he has in hand. Okay, he's got a Blaze. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I don't know why his avatar is tapped. Did he draw a card? I didn't see if he drew a card.
Okay, it's got to be adjacent, so he's got to play it on 9 if he wants to. Yeah. But he could just play it on 3. At least he'll have a blocker for your Lamric, or her Lamric, sorry.
Well, no, because then she can attack on 9 with the Lamric, right? Like,
yeah.
In fact, the only place that he can put the Fine Courser is on 4 if he wants to be a blocker.
That's true. I keep forgetting it's a Rebel.
What just happened? Why isn't the Fine Courser dead?
Was that a missed trigger?
Did he shoot the Realm Eater instead? Was she at 12 and now she's at 10?
Wow.
I was so convinced that the Fine Courser would get killed that I didn't even...
Yeah, that's the last thing I want is a Fine Courser. Any movement card attached to that avatar, I want it out. I want it gone. Because it's just going to go wherever it wants and then just... Yeah, I would have opted to kill the Fine Courser. For sure.
Yeah, and now she feast upon the site.
Okay. It's now attacking.
I'm fairly certain. Oh no, she's just playing a site. Okay, so she moved into there and then played the... Interesting.
Huh.
I wonder if the extra ping of damage... Oh. It's true, she has not spent any mana yet. Oh my god.
That's rude.
I wonder if the extra damage ping from the Poison Well is worth taking away the mana, you know? Like, put him to 2 and then Castles Ablazing. Interesting. Because playing the Poison Well, unless she wants to double spell this turn.
Possibly.
How much does the Scarab cost? 1 or 2?
I believe it's 2.
Okay, so she can't even double
2.
spell anyways. Interesting. So I wonder what the reason for playing that poison well is, other than the temptation of the 3 damage. And maybe the temptation was good enough, I guess. 3 damage is still 3 damage.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, like, see, like, next turn, if she does the same exact play, she'll get 2 damage. So it's like, or he'll lose 2 life, I should say.
Yeah.
So it's like, as I mean, like, is the 1 extra life loss worth not just taking away his sight? I wonder.
Sight now versus later, yeah.
Interesting. I feel like if I was making the ablaze decision this turn, I would have gone for the sight destruction. But not going for the sight destruction, I would have maybe played the scarab.
Yeah. Because I think I would honestly, I think I would have went for the sight destruction. Destroy 2 sights.
Yeah.
And then you have him down to only 1 mana, and then you just keep attacking with the Sir Lamerick. Just attack for 4, attack for 4. By the time he builds up his board state, you could just move with a Fine Courser and then...
Okay, so he blazes out of there, kills the Courser, does 2 damage to the Avatar. If he attacks for 2 more with the Imp, puts to 5. If these guys live next turn, and he has... It's interesting because... Oh, no, he's going to lose 2 sights now, though. So that's a bit rough.
Yeah.
Because, I mean... Well, it's kind of... Oh, no, wow. The awkwardness of where the sights are means that even if he has another Vile Imp in his hand, he can't actually ping the Realm Eater without having to tap the Sorcerer to play another sight. So he can't attack for 1 with the Sorcerer, 2 with the Imp, and then Imp to go to door. Because he needs to play another sight.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Wow. Yeah, just watching this, and it's just pretty rough, man, when you get like mana screwed. Not say mana screwed, but your opponent just keeps destroying your sights.
Keep screwing your mana.
Keep screwing your mana. So yeah, pretty much. And it's not like JS's deck is greedy on the threshold, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's playing triple air and triple water and... Okay, this is just rude.
We got 2 blockers. 2 blockers and 1 mana, and we're at 2. So it's looking pretty rough. It's looking pretty rough for JS right now because of the life total situation and mana situation and board presence situation.
Yeah,
poor guy. If it counts for anything, I can kick you out of my house to make up for, to like in the spirit of you being a Realm Eater player. So we can't help him in this game, but I can help him spiritually by kicking you out of the house now.
Yeah.
Does that work, JS?
See the things I endure for this the sorcery community.
Yeah. Okay. JS attacked on 14. I think, again, I would have attacked on 13 with the Imp, because if she wants to block with her Scarab, at least the Courser dies with it. And if you want to block with only the Courser, the Imp survives.
Sir Balin.
Yeah. But, oh, that's true, actually. She can't even Death Door him this turn because of where his sights are. Right?
That's true. That's pretty funny, actually.
No.
What's going on here?
Oh, damn. We didn't remember that Lance does not break on attacking sites anymore.
Yeah.
So, in fact, JS is not at Death's Door. He should be at 1, and the Courser should still have a Lance token.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think it would have changed the outcome, honestly.
Not too much, but it gives him another turn before he goes to Death's Door, right, at least. But yeah, no, so I think, again, it could be an interesting chance to review the site placement decisions that were made versus specifically the Realm Eater. Seeing what maybe, like, I don't know if it was his first time against it or whatever. I know that when I played my first game versus Realm Eater, I built in the back row, but only because I had watched a few hours earlier a Realm Eater game, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, no, I guess building to the front is bad. You know, like I didn't know myself either until I saw a game. So like it's not like you're supposed to just automatically know that. Yeah. But good to see it, good to review, good to see how the Realm Eater dances and how it moves. And
yeah, exactly. But like you saw, like, JS was never really able to build a board presence, and I think that's what the Realm Eater wants.
Yeah.
It wants to suppress the opponent and just.
But he still put her to 5, right? He still put her to 5, which is
he still put her to 5.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
But she also did use blood mana
for 4 mana, for 4 life.
For 4 life, so there is that to consider.
That Lamorak ended up bringing her the game basically. So like, you know, like,
yeah, that's
it goes
true.
Both ways. I think it just means good game. Just perhaps could have gone slightly differently. Doesn't mean it becomes JS's win. It just means maybe he has a few extra turns if he maybe built his sites a little bit differently. So good to see, good to know. And you were going to mention something at the beginning of this video.
Our tournament grounds registration is now open.
First annual event here in Canada for the Assorted animals.
I think we're halfway at this point.
About halfway.
So
we're almost at halfway. We're at halfway.
So filling up quick, and I mean,
we definitely want to see people from other communities, from other provinces, countries, anything. Right? If you love the game and you want to compete at a high level, and if you want to just have fun, meet artists.
And I'm excited because
raffles.
We had some great community members come from like the US, London, Ontario.
At the Cornerstone.
At the Cornerstone that we had.
At the Cornerstone.
It was nice to meet other community members. So and we have our playmats as well.
Yeah, which just to mention in terms of playmat also, the winner of our tournament grounds gets a very unique, special one-of-one playmat.
One-of-one. We don't even have those.
Yeah. So I mean, lots and lots to experience, gain, win, share, and we'll see you in the next one.